Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee. It's Tuesday night. Happy Taco Tuesday for those that may indulge. For those not, appreciate you hopping on here with your boys for this edition of the Chop Up. Man, you know what? I'm ready to just get into this tonight, man. Cause we back at it like we're mad at it. So before we can do that, I got to get in here. We changed his name from Rookie of the Year to First Team All Pro. Let's get my man Will up in this bad boy. What's up, man?
How we doing, brother? How we doing?
Chilling like a mad Billy. Can't complain. Can't complain about yourself.
Ready to chop this up. That's what I'm ready to do.
Something. I got something for you tonight, man. I got some. What they say on Chappelle's show? That hot fire, hot fire, hot fire.
dial on. That's good hot fire.
Let's get it, man. So yeah, man, to Chop Up, man. We just come here, do our thing, just hang out, converse.
Let's get it.
Hopefully, we got a good turnout tonight. Get the people hanging out with your boys tonight.
Who we got in here so far? Nobody yet. Come on, get in, get a bit of room, people. Y'all know what time it is.
But man, I think you're gonna like this topic I chose for us tonight.
I certainly hope so. I usually do when you go. I'm over here looking through.
Salute to your missus. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight.
Oh, there we go. How you doing, Marie? Welcome to the show.
See you, Queen B. Appreciate you. Man, so tonight for me, man, I was I know we had talked last night about what I was gonna do, but then something hit me today while I was at home working from the house today. Like, boom, I'm hitting with this one. And I was like surprised y'all too, because I like to catch in your natural element.
Yeah, definitely. You went from the play call sheet and called an audible. I see you.
Hey man, got to do it, man.
No dude up in here. Oh yeah, right. Get your Romo.
My bad too. I mean, talk about your boy like that. We got let's see. For my topic for the night, man, we got best cult movies.
Ooh, the cult classics, huh?
Yeah.
Cult movies. Interesting. I'm gonna have to pull up some of these because I feel like there's a certain criteria for a cult movie almost. Like a real cult movie didn't do well in the theaters, but then blew up after.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this. I'm like, I was curious. What do they consider as a cult movie? I got my idea, and I agree. Mine is very similar to yours. But they say cult films have a pretty standard definition. They are movies that are often transgressive, marginal, disasters on first release, as you stated, drawn from genres such as horror, sci-fi, and exploitation, and which have attracted an exceptional, devoted, and ferocious fan base.
Now, did you pick up this list on the Rolling Stones list, or did you grab another one?
I got this one from the Ringer.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look at a different list so we can have maybe we'll get some different answers too.
Okay. So it was
these are gonna be vastly different answers from what I'm looking at. That's crazy.
So let me see. Marie says like Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, that was a hit. Nah, I mean the Ring banged in theaters though.
Yeah.
I remember when it was in like
probably 2 and 3 probably went in that category.
Yeah, because then you had to stay on as a fan.
Yeah,
because they didn't continue, and then they started getting, and then Scary Movie made fun of it and it got out of hand.
You know what? I got a quick funny story, man, about the Ring. So my brother's an IT guy by nature. So he's always working on these, unique projects and stuff. So he told me one particular night he was up late. He's working on the arcade, I think, at this time. He's working on something. And his TV like power cycle from inactivity or something like that, because he's working on the computer. But his TV power cycle.
He got the snow.
And when it came back on, it was a scene with her coming out of the TV.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And
excuse my French, but that's some bullshit. Like you couldn't have planned that if you wanted to. Like that's some bullshit.
New Jack City?
Yeah. I think I don't remember. Well, I wasn't.
That went hard in the hood.
Yeah, I wasn't. Shit, when that came out, like 80.
I want to say about 89.
Yeah, I was
89, 90. On
yeah, I was 3, so I don't know how it banged in the theaters. I didn't high school.
Oh man. So a couple of them that kind of jumped. It was some I wasn't too familiar with.
Yeah,
but a couple of them that was on here. Escape from New York do anything for you?
Not really. Okay. But I've heard people like give it the love.
Yeah. I remember when it came out, but just that wasn't really my thing.
Yeah. I can't really. It wasn't really my lane. Well, I didn't really partake in that in the craze.
And for me, Kurt Russell just ain't one of my favorite actors either.
He's not that. Now that don't mean I won't like a movie that he's in, but yeah, he's not really my guy. I don't hate. There's something that bang. I mean, but yeah, he's this guy. Like he's like a serious Nicolas Cage. Like some of them work, some of them don't. Cujo was crazy. Yeah, I don't remember how that did in theaters, but I definitely know that became all his. See, that's the thing about Stephen King movies. First off, he hates them
all of them. He hates them.
He hates every one of them. And second of all, I used to be like, "Oh, come on, man! Like you ain't gotta. Why you gonna act like that?" Then I started reading his books, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I hate his fucking movies too." Because the books are crazy. I read Stephen King's It. That book's like this. I read that in like 7th grade.
7th grade.
Yeah, that was a heavy ass book for 7th grade.
Knowing what I know about your personality, I can see that.
Yeah, it did some things. Yeah, clowns and sewers weren't my thing for a while there.
This one's one of my favorites. Kids,
yeah. That's a big
it's
one.
Me, Casper.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna be high on some lists. Kids is one of those movies for sure.
Yeah, it
definitely. I'm gonna throw one out that is like I feel like this is the epitome of a cult classic, Big Lebowski.
Yes,
like
they actually have that #1 on this list.
It was #2 on the list that I'm on. Yeah, it is. That's like one of the. So I didn't mean to like take out the leg for the top 5.
No,
but
not at all.
Yeah, actually, in top 5 on my list that I got, #4 is my favorite movie of all time, and I don't know if the crowd remembers, but Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah. That's another like. To be honest, though, he only kind of makes cult classics at this point.
He does.
Like the only reason why was it American Hollywood? Was it the newest one that he just did? The most recent one. How am I blanking on this?
Tarantino?
Yeah, Hollywood story. Is it a Hollywood story?
I think so.
Hollywood. Let me right quick. Oh, well, yeah. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's what it was.
Okay.
Once Upon.
Have I seen that one?
Oh, you. No. You'd remember. You need to see that. That's the one with Brad Pitt playing the stunt guy.
Oh, that's the one when
they retell history with
Charles Manson.
Yeah, with
Yes.
What's her
Sharon
name?
Tate.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah, that was good.
Now the only reason why that's not a cult classic is because nothing he can do now is looked at as cult anymore because his cult following is so big that it's just now the audience. It's everybody.
It transfers over to blockbuster success.
Right. Like that ended up being a blockbuster, blockbuster level movie. But really, all his stuff is cult classic. Like if you think about it, because Jackie Brown, that's a cult classic.
Jackie Brown helped me get back into movie soundtracks.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack was crazy.
It was fire.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs for me.
Yep. Reservoir Dogs. Yep.
That was
man. That opening scene when they talk about the tipping, that messed me up for a while with tipping. Like, yeah, I tip well, crowd, but it was just like he made such a great point, and then the dude was like, you know what? He convinced me. Give my money back. I was dying, man. What else? So what else you got though? What else you got?
We got Akira.
Akira, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my list to him. My list to him. Looking at it, and I'm like, I didn't expect some of these. Or I don't know. I just like for instance, one of the number 6 on my list is Harold and Maude. Like, what are we doing?
I've never seen that.
It's
44 in here.
It's 44. I gotta say, the Rolling Stones one is a little whiter.
What?
It's a little bit. Pink Floyd The Wall, really? Pink Floyd The Wall? I love that. I mean,
you gotta watch The Wall. Well, actually, you gotta listen to The Wall and watch Wizard of Oz.
Oh no, it's Wizard of Oz synced up with maybe somebody's done it with The Wall, but it's Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon with it's unbelievable. Yo, and the first time when because you know how Money breaks down, that song Money breaks down and goes crazy. That like when it first breaks down and goes crazy, that's when the Lollipop Guild comes out with the footwork. Yeah, that shit is crazy. People don't know about that. That's a real. Let me find out what you was doing, Coach, because that's a yeah.
Hey, I was in college. That's a cult experience.
Yeah, that's a cult experience for sure. Absolutely. That's
Murder in Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, awesome. One of my favorite movies of all time. He put on an absolute clinic acting. Actually, him and the who was that? Was that wasn't Bardot? No, that was I forget who the lawyer was, but him and the lawyer, they crushed that every part of that of acting in that movie. Yeah, one of my favorite movies. My aunt actually hadn't seen that movie somehow, and she's from that era. So I recently got to watch it again because I'm like, yo, you haven't seen what? So I do that on, and we sat here and cried laughing because it just made it even more funny for me seeing her laugh. Like, you know, laughter's contagious too. So watching her just piss her pants, I was over here like, yo, that's crazy. And I just it doesn't get old. That movie. That movie's so good. I can watch it anytime. It's one of those movies that I'm scared when I'm flipping through the channels. I got scared. I'm scared to run into it because then I just lose 2 hours of my life. So I gotta watch it again.
Freddy Krueger movies.
The early one, the first, like definitely the first one. It caught everyone off guard. Nobody was ready, and I don't know like how it was. I don't know how it did in theaters, but I definitely know that it was way bigger after.
Clive Barker, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Welcome to prime time.
Oh, Freddy Krueger scene.
Yeah. Yo, my kill was the bed kill.
Oh, when he pulled into the bed and the blood
that always freaked me out.
Yeah,
mainly because he folded him. Anytime somebody gets folded in a movie, it
Yeah.
I don't get squeamish, but it messes with my head. They did that same thing in It. They pulled the kid through the pipe.
Yep. Here it is.
Had me all messed up. But yeah, I like the bed kill and the the one where he like, I thought it was creative. He like made his ear be able to pick up any noise, and then he like created a chalkboard out of nothing and just started scratching the chalkboard until his head blew up. I was like, yeah, that's y'all are just in there, it's like spitballing on different type
Good
of
old
kills.
Robert England.
Crazy motherfucker.
Now this one here, it was a favorite of mine as a kid. The Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth was
David
good.
Bowie.
Yeah, I heard they remade it or they're gonna remake it.
I already going to remake it.
The long arms and the claws in the yeah, the long arms was crazy too. Oh, the one where he pulled like he had like a puppet with his veins.
Oh
He was
yeah.
puppeteering him with his veins. That was brutal. Yeah, Labyrinth was crazy. I heard they're either gonna remake it or they wanted to. I don't know what the case was, but either they want to remake it or they're gonna remake it, something like that. But they were talking. One of the main sticking points was like, how do we do this without Bowie? And then somebody was saying like, I don't even know if I want to see this without Bowie. That wasn't it. They were like, it wasn't a good movie. It was just Bowie that was.
Yeah, he did a lot in there.
What up? Welcome to the Chop Up. Came in here to chop up.
Let's see. I was trying to see if they said anything about it. I have heard that though, that they're going to redo that.
Yeah. I thought, I know I wasn't tripping. Donnie Darko.
I just saw that recently. Very weird movie.
Yeah. That damn rabbit.
Yeah, the Rabbit Jack with him. You know what? That's probably why I never watched it. Because the rabbit is on a lot of the promotional stuff.
Yeah, and like I don't know, there's something about taking something that you're normally used to that's why the clown thing works, because like it's normally something that it's friendly and cool, and when you make it evil, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Like that, like the little kids, whenever you see like evil little kids, like in The Shining.
Yeah.
The twins, yeah, like little kids or like little animals, like the doll and Chucky, like things that shouldn't be insane and killing when they start doing that.
And we wonder why my generation started the warpness of society.
Yeah,
we was watching that stuff as kids.
Well, y'all grew up to hate kids and just didn't raise none of us.
Now here's one. This actually is in my top 5, but it probably has more to do to the story than the movie itself. Paid in Full. Oh
yeah, Paid. Yeah, well, I would agree. I would take it a step further and say, and also they delivered on the movie too. I feel like they delivered on the movie, considering there's a good portion of that cast who is not really great actors. Like they're just playing a role. Like I don't know if Cameron's much of an actor. Wait, was Cam in that? No, that's
he was in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. That movie was legit. But the story of Alpo and Rich Porter is much more of a. I remember seeing that movie and then going to watch all the documentaries they had on them too.
Same here, and it didn't really come to its conclusion until 2 years ago when Alpo got murdered.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when he was locked up, he had finally said, because they asked him outright. They did a long interview with him, and they finally asked him outright, like, "Why did you kill Rich?" He was like, "Why did I kill Rich? Why did I kill Rich?" He was like, "I killed Rich because Rich was lying to me about something I don't think he should have been lying to me about."
Right?
Alpo was crazy, man. You don't get what he got by accident.
Yeah, he was in witness protection. He's like, I can't do this. Went right back to the hood.
Not just to the hood. Like, I mean, it was at the chicken spot. Like he was outside the chicken spot wilding or whatever he was.
On his thing, riding around in the 4-wheelers.
Yeah, like he just was like, I'm gonna live life, and
he lived it to the end.
Yeah.
Super Troopers do anything for you?
Oh my, yes, it does. Not just a
second DVD I ever bought.
Not just a cult. Second DVD.
Second DVD I ever bought was Super Troopers.
That's almost more interesting than the rest of the things we're going to talk about. That's a wild fact. That's a wild fun fact. That's the second DVD ever. First of all, I don't even know what DVDs I bought or didn't buy or which number they were, but I know that one wasn't one of them. That's hilarious. I can't pull over anymore. I can't pull over anymore. Yeah, that shit was. Yeah, that's my movie, man. That shit was hilarious. You see part 2?
I have.
Yeah. Part 2 wasn't as good, but it was still great. It was still great.
It kind of stood on its own. It's almost like Friday. You gotta look at the movie by itself.
Yeah, and also it also did its thing to bring back some of the old jokes a little bit. But man, I don't want a large father. Oh my god! You said what? Meow. Meow. Yeah. He's sitting there counting. When he's counting and he's just dying laughing while he's counting. I love that, man.
Now, this one is in my top 5 also
Okay.
because it's so freaking relevant. Idiocracy.
Yeah. Idiocracy. And honestly, this is like almost low end cult because even though it got a following after, it wasn't even like its cult following is huge. Right. It's just like there's like a niche amount of people who saw this movie and enjoyed it. Now you will hear random people like referencing this, so enough people saw it that it's like out in the world. But like, yeah, I just love how you're right, how relevant it is. Like just the idiot box. Just everybody balls. Oh man, yeah, that movie's good. That's hilarious. Would you agree with this one? They had it at number 14, but The Warriors.
Yes, and I'm guilty. I didn't watch that until COVID.
Until COVID?
Until COVID.
Man,
I knew all the references from the movie.
But yeah, it's funny the clink with the bottles and shit like.
Come out and play.
Okay. Oh, this is another great one. Oh, this would be much higher on my list. They have it at 16. Rolling Stones does, but Fight Club.
Yes, another DVD purchase.
You tuned in to Coach's DVD purchases. What do we have today?
Hey, I have a pretty extensive DVD collection.
Yeah.
Josh says Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness.
Yes, the Evil Deads are pretty good. I haven't watched all of them though. I think I watched one. Army of Darkness. I haven't seen that actually. Interesting. Just got out of a basketball game. How we doing? What up, Jake?
Have you a win tonight, Jake?
Probably not. No, so let me stop. Just starting trouble with my mans. Let me see. I mean, okay, yeah, this is definitely a cult classic because I remember people saying it didn't do well, but then everybody started liking it out. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And then when they remade it or made like the sequel, I love the sequel. It's with my guy, Ryan Gosling. Gosling's my guy. One of my favorite actors, Ryan Gosling. It's a weird random guy to like, but I've liked him ever since his role in Remember the Titans. Mm-hmm. And I just followed him because he was a young actor then. And seeing that movie young, and I love that movie so much that like I just happened to follow a lot of the actors in that movie. And then yeah, man. Matter of fact, you know who else from that movie? I forget his what is his name? The kid who played the captain of the white kid. Like the captain white kid in that movie. The big dude. Remember the Titans?
Who is that?
He ends up being Beta. He played Beta in one of the recent.
Really?
Yeah, he played Beta in Walking Dead. Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think Norman Reedus was like, why every time I get to fight a villain, he's like 6'7". Norman Reedus getting slammed around.
I have let me see. I want to say, isn't Blade Runner part of the Alien and Predator universe?
That would blow my brain right now. If that's the truth.
I believe it is, because we probably back in the early fall we started watching them in order, and we got through all of the Alien and Predators. I'm sorry, all of the Predators. And I was looking, and I had found it online. I'm trying to find it now, but I believe it's part of that universe. I'm trying to find the context of it, though.
I do not know. Josh says no. What I do know in terms of universes is that, whatchamacallit, the Terminator. The Terminator is the prequel to the Matrix.
Really?
Yeah, and the writer, the creator herself said it. She was like, what Skynet is, what he came back to stop Skynet from becoming, is the Matrix, what becomes the Matrix.
Huh.
Yeah. While some of these connections are by association, Predator is connected to Blade Runner only through Alien. They are connections nonetheless. Huh.
It says you're supposed to watch it after Predators 2010.
Holy hell. So wait, the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, from 82.
So you watch that one first and then start watching. How the hell do those worlds link up? That is crazy.
So according to this, Ridley Scott sees the film as intrinsically linked, saying once in a Blade Runner director's commentary, this world could easily be the city that supports the crew that go out in Alien. So in other words, when the crew of Alien come back in, they might go into this place and go into a bar off the street near where Deckard lives. That's how I thought about it.
Oh, okay. So he did like a loosely based.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily plan it. He kind of was like in it and was like, oh, you know what? These worlds kind of are the same. I'm gonna tell people this. Okay. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, well, I don't know if you can find it, but the lady who created them definitely said, like, yo, outright. She said outright. She wrote like Terminator as, and I think it's the one who wrote the books originally. She said Terminator came back to stop Skynet, and Skynet turns into what the Matrix is.
I like that.
And, right. And that Sarah Connor is like his great grandmother, Neo's.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. That one I was just like, it reminded me of one of my favorite lines from Community. Like, you're wrinkling my brain, man. Like,
I like that, man.
That shit had me twisted. Let me see.
Doc got some links in here as well.
Okay.
Check it out, too.
Oh, how did I forget one of my favorite cult classics, Clerks? Clerks.
Berserkers. and the gross yet intriguing term, snowballing.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to suck any dick on your way through the parking lot. 36 dicks?
College was a great experience for you, boy, man.
Yeah, man. He was, and then when she finally asked him, like, well, what calmed you down? He was like, Randall saying, luckily I wasn't 37. Oh, man. Have you seen 2 and 3?
I have.
Yo, 3 had me choked up, man. They did a good job because he wrapped it up the way he did it, like that. It was obviously goofy for most of it. They're just being assholes, like as they always are. But I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. But like you know what happens, and like I was like, damn, like I didn't think he would do that, but he put the bow on it. There won't be a Clerks 4, that's for sure.
I wonder how much he grossed in that movie because he only shot it for just under $28,000.
The first Clerks?
Yep.
Yeah, I know the answer to this, and I just don't have the access to it.
Box office $4.4 million.
That's box office, right? But then I wonder, like, how much in like merch and DVD
Yeah.
because it became humongous. He built a whole career on it, basically. He talks about it all the time.
Made him
Like,
who he is and brought him into the limelight.
Because then he got more. Honestly, that's another one. He's like Tarantino. All his movies are kind of cult classics.
Yes.
Because you have Dogma, definitely a cult classic. The entirety of Clerks was paid for by filming at the store. Yeah, he used to work there. Yep.
Josh is on it tonight.
Yeah, he is. He tells that story on his podcast like regularly, actually, about how like he maxed out all his credit cards.
Bet on himself.
Yeah, he did. He bet on himself. Yeah.
Bloodsport do anything for you?
Oh yeah, I was a big karate kid when I was younger, so like I just wanted to karate chop and kick everything when I was younger. I was one of those kids, and yeah, Bloodsport was just another one that was just. Isn't that the one where like right before one of the fights, that like he dips his hand in glass, like they have like glue and then they.
I think so.
Yeah, he always had the taped up hands, like taped up his hands, and they like dips him in some kind of. Yeah. Dips him in some kind of glue and then into the glass. Like that's that's a two-way street, buddy.
Let me see. The Thing is on here. Army of Darkness is number 18 that Josh mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Warriors is number 17.
Yeah.
Repo Man.
I did see that Repo Man. I actually did like that movie. It was kind of that was crazy. And then it always reminded me about the wrestler, the Repo Man.
Yes.
What about Princess Bride? Definitely a cult.
I like Princess Bride.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Even though what's his name, his face annoys me. The guy who played the prince, just the way he talks, it's weird as shit. I probably talk weird too, but it always got under my skin. What else we got? Monty Python.
Quest for the Holy Grail, baby. I'm showing a little bit too much now.
that was the happiest.
Is the reason why our dog is named Monty.
That's great.
Run away.
Would you say the original? Nah, that was Blockbuster, right? Indiana Jones.
That was a Blockbuster.
Yeah, definitely Blockbuster. Anything he touched, right?
Yeah. After Star Wars, it was gold.
Let me see. So this one had number 3. This is Spinal Tap.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, me either.
Josh, tell us about that. I'm pretty sure he.
I feel like he knows. Number 1 on this list was Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've only seen that once.
Yeah, I saw that way back. Goonies. What was that?
Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, for sure. Goonies.
Goonies
is definitely a classic.
Hey, you guys.
Wow, he did know. Get this guy. Yeah, he's who let Josh out of the cage, man. He's going nuts.
He's showing out tonight.
Yeah,
man.
he's here. He's here for it all. Oh, The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Fifth Element. Let me see.
Fake band, fake document, but people thought it was a real band.
Yeah.
Any not on this list that are your favorites?
I
like CB4.
Yeah, CB4 is definitely one of them. So I'll pick. Go ahead.
Fear of a Black Hat. Rusty Condom.
Terrible.
Sit down and eat your big ass biscuit.
Yeah, that movie's crazy. I just remember laughing like, yo, how goofy are these dudes, man? Like watching Chris Rock play that role. It's just funny as hell. He's like, yeah, I'm looking your balls. Remember that? my man from New Jack City had me dying. Pause. Oh man. Half Baked.
Yes.
Didn't bang in the theater, but that's probably one of his. I mean, it's one of the biggest things he's ever done is that and Chappelle Show, and then any individual stand up. Yeah, but that for sure was that kind of put him on the map for everybody. Like you had seen it, you had seen him in other stuff here and there, but he was kind of a guy who you didn't really know who it was.
Right.
And then he banged that movie, and you were like, "Oh, okay." Like, now we all know. Yeah, we already talked about Super Troopers. Fletch. You had to have seen Fletch, no?
Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chevy Chase. Yo, I heard he became like a super asshole towards the end of the career, like doing Community and stuff like that. Just tough to work with. But I heard it was because he was always on painkillers because of all those pratfalls that he was doing in all his shit. Like he would do all those falls. There was no stunt guy.
Really?
Yeah, and like he banged up his body pretty bad. So then he always ended up on pills and shit.
He's under the influence.
Yeah, but that's also just Hollywood making an excuse for an actor.
Yeah.
You don't have to be an asshole. I mean, you can not be an asshole.
Would I always say people who get money act like assholes, but I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You get money, and it gives the reason to be the asshole you already were.
Yeah, money just makes you more whatever the hell you were going to be. Did you know Chappelle?
Yep, he was.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert Hood and tights. What about Reanimator? I heard. Did I see that? I can't remember. Some for me, so it's gonna be a little different like for the ones for me because maybe the cult is just my little group of friends. But Predestination is a time travel movie. It was crazy. Let me think. Yeah, check that out if you haven't seen it.
Predestination.
Yeah, it'll have you like, what the fuck? What else? The Prestige.
Haven't seen that one either.
Magician movie, and again had me like, oh shit, because like just the plot twist that when you finally figure it out at the end. Kazam definitely won. That's more of a kids movie, but I guess kids are the biggest cult there is. So
that's the one with Shaq.
Yes, I believe so. Kazam. What about that? Remember the whole conspiracy theory about is there another movie Shazam with what's the comedian Sinbad?
There was.
Right. But because of Kazam, people came up with like this. They started thinking that it was the Mandela effect and that the Shazam movie didn't exist.
Really?
Yeah, it's a whole line. It's a whole thing. This shit's crazy. It's one of those just like crazy internet things that happen. People are like, yo, did Shazam happen or did I imagine that?
Shout out to you, Anthony. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, man.
Absolutely. Space Jam a cult hit. Is Space Jam a cult hit?
Yeah, because it's all those Jordashians, man.
What?
Those Jordashians.
Oh yeah, the Jordashian. I mean, yeah, but that release, like, it had to release huge. It was Michael Jordan at the top of his career.
Yeah, I know my kids watched it through VHS, the DVD.
Yeah, and then his co-star was Bugs Bunny. There's no way that could be a cult, unless you just talk about Michael Jordan fans.
It's a true definition of a cult.
Yeah, seriously. Getting scary out there. By the way, movie cults are the only cult that doesn't end with the leader banging everybody's wife. That's what every other cult ends up being.
That's true.
Actually, speaking of cults, that was funny. That was what that part of what that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was about. Because Charles Manson was in that movie. I mean, not the real one, but he was depicted in that movie. That was what that whole little family up in the mountains was about. That ranch. Cult.
Yeah, that movie actually intrigued me.
Yeah, it also ended super brutally, like in a way that in this particular day and age, you wouldn't expect for him to get away with that. But he basically on like on the silver screen had a guy smash two bitches' faces like through a room and had a dog eat one. Yeah, he ended them. But like you get away with it because he's rewriting history. The truth is who those two women are portraying actually in real life went on to cut a baby out of a woman. So yeah, so we kind of
It did prompt me to go and do a little bit more of my own research
on that story. Yeah,
because I had your boy. I was trying to rep my city, but I didn't realize Shannon Tate came from Dallas.
Yeah, we lost a great one. She was going to be a great actress, and
she was.
Yeah, they did her dirty. Yeah, imagine. There's a whole other. You want to really get into a conspiracy minute? Conspiracy minute with Will. Actually, to be fair though, this is actually documented now. It's not even a conspiracy anymore. MK Ultra is why Manson was like that.
Really?
So you ever heard about MK Ultra?
I have.
Yeah, so like they basically with like LSD and psilocybin, they basically super dosed these agents or people and then like brainwash them and then send them out in the world. And because like there's a tie to it because like he wasn't a smart criminal. He kept getting caught, Manson, but he also kept getting off. And people believe it was because he was working for them. He was working for the feds. And then also that would explain how he knew exactly how to do it. Because then he would go out in the world, use the same tactics with the LSD and the mind control and shit to create his cult, like his cult following. And that's how he got people to do the things that they would do. And it's crazy because some of them are still loyal to this day. Like sitting in a jail cell, rotting for what they did, and still swear by him.
How many people are still alive from that? Is it like two, maybe?
There's a handful. I think there's a couple of them. In terms of like from that actual case where they got Sharon.
Right.
Oh yeah, right. I think there's one left. Yeah, you might be right. There's one left.
One lady, and I think she's trying to appeal, but keeps getting denied.
Yeah. It's hard because you keep appealing, but also I'm pretty sure she was one of the ones who stood by him well after. So how are you appealing? You still rock with the guy that you're saying brainwashed you, right?
When he died, I think he died in 2017, I think, something like that. 18?
I think so. Jake topic started off as cult classic movies. We're still doing that, but we also just got into cults now. Just as a conversation with me and Coach can go. You just start.
Anthony wants to know, do you think the movie Moonfall can be the future?
Can be the future move. Oh, it'd be insane. It'd be an interesting future. It would not play out like the movie. Oh, another one good. Total Recall, another good one. Yep.
Yeah.
It would not play out like the movie because if at any point if the moon got closer to us, a lot of terrible, horrible, bad things would happen on this planet that we would not recover from. It would be in this. I was watching a show one time. It was like top 10 ways the Earth could end, and one of them was if the moon fell out of the sky. And that was also yeah, it was, but that was also one of the I think three of them they said that maybe humans could survive. That wasn't one of them. the moon coming out of the sky was a definite world ender for us and the planet.
Mm-hmm.
The black hole one was crazy. Like if a black hole popped up close to us, because it would happen quick. By the time it started to happen, it would happen quick enough that some people if you were in a submarine in the ocean as the whole world ripped apart, you'd just be in the sub in space for a second there. And yeah, then it would end for you too. But there'd be a moment where you'd just be like, yo, what the fuck? Like you'd live through part of it.
Yeah. That's the
Like,
type of stuff you keep you up at night.
yeah. Exactly. Right
Like,
up
Is
right
this
up
gonna be the
there.
moment where it ends?
Yeah. Right up there with the did I shut the stove off? Like shit. What else we got? I'm looking at some cult psychological thrillers. So not just they put it in a category. So we had let's see, Think. Yeah, what's the first name? What's his name? Oh, Barton Fink. Apparently was a who's in this? He looks familiar. Oh, that's is that Buscemi?
I think I've seen that one.
No, that's the other guy from that's not I forget his name though. Scanners, The Omen, Candyman, The Brood, Holy Blood, Fight Club, Donnie Darko. Oh, how did I forget one of my cult classic favorites? What is it? 12 Monkeys.
I want to say I've seen that.
That's with Bruce Willis, a time travel movie.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of crazy. I enjoyed that movie. Honestly, people hate the fact that they made a show out of it, but I love the show too. The show was good. Enemy of the State with Will Smith got me thinking out here doing this high tech stuff. Oh, yeah, Enemy of the State. That did suck for him. He just suddenly was like, yeah, Enemy of the State.
What's up, man?
Oh, look at him.
My bad, fam.
X-Men blowing clouds.
That might be the greatest entrance I've had so far.
My bad, man.
You had your own
Went
smoke.
straight-
You should have just blew it straight. You would have had a smoke entrance, like just the whole.
Right. Went straight to no, it was the catch off guard, blow straight out the
My apologies, bro.
hey, no big deal. My team lost tonight, but I'm feeling good. Heard you guys talking about I think cult classic movies is what I heard you say.
Yeah.
My favorite one that became a cult classic was Dazed and Confused.
We went over that one. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I love that one. It was a start for a lot of actors too.
Yeah, that's one of those like career maker movies. Like it just made a lot of careers.
I believe there's only like one actor that had like any type of fame, and it was Anthony, the one who wore the big glasses. He was the only one that had any bit of like any kind of like notoriety with doing film or anything.
And he probably did the like least kind of actor. That's funny.
Yeah, that's the wild part about it.
Yeah, this is true. Sucks, man. The family of Bruce Willis has announced that the actor has been diagnosed with a form of dementia called frontotemporal dementia, or FTD for short. Yeah. That's the one where he can't like recognize faces, I think.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, and other stuff happens too. It's not cool.
Things will do well.
I mean, on this show, that's got to be top 3.
Has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they don't call me Darth Vapor for no reason.
Darth Vapor.
I feel bad, man.
No, it's great.
No, it's great, man.
Hey,
That's gonna be
Jamie.
a good little plug short. I already know that. Jake's grand entrance. Oh, shit.
That's the funny thing, though. Like, it's one of those situations where, like, you give yourself away. Because if you had just played it cool and let the smoke blow, no one would have said a thing. But then you
Right.
then you go like this, and it's like, well, now we've pulled back the fourth wall. Like, it's the curtains open.
Great. Well, you know, normally how it goes is that we sit backstage and Coach Lee normally gives you the cue. You good? And then I'm like, yeah, I got a minute to smoke this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this thing. Next thing I know, I look over. I'm like, oh shit, there's 3 people. Oh, that's me.
He got caught with his whole
My
arm.
bad, man. God,
his whole arm in the cookie jar, just like Vince, huh?
That's
crazy.
a Coach Lee special.
That
Official.
was good. That was good. Let me see what else we got.
Marie says y'all reminded me of Blockbuster. I miss
That's starting
Blockbuster.
to remind me of yeah. Oh, because naming all these movies exactly. These are the exact movies we were like standing in the Blockbuster aisles picking out. Yo, I used to be the worst person you could ever bring to Blockbuster.
Why is that?
Because I would never choose. Like Like if I had only 2 options, and it didn't matter how many options you gave me. If you gave me, okay, you can get 4 things, then I was gonna sweat on the 5th one. Like that I want, like the snub. Who was getting snubbed? Who am I not bringing home tonight? Like I was terrible. Just indecisive as hell.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Blockbuster though is that it was like the first experience with like what a GameFly could be because you could rent video games too.
Yeah.
I went and got NCAA basketball 05 off of that, and that's how I ended up going out and buying it. I held on to it too long. We had to pay the late fee. We just said let's just buy it. I forgot about it. But if you didn't have I thought it was mine after a while. But if you didn't if we didn't have a Blockbuster close to us because we had one that was kind of close, but my dad didn't really like driving us down there. He was a little worried sometimes. We had a Family Video that was closer, so we'd go to Family Video sometimes.
Yeah, there was also Hollywood Video. Yo, you know this? Jake is 0-2 on teams winning games.
I went to Columbus to see the Winnipeg Jets play on Thursday. They lose 3-1. I go to the Xavier game tonight. It was the very first Xavier game my dad's been able to go to, and I was happy I was able to take him. Absolutely went crazy in the first 15 minutes. Started to slow down in the last 5 of the first. Sule Boom hit a buzzer beater from half court to take him up 36-30. They come out and just
lay an egg.
They ran the same exact play 8 times in a row, and they caught it every time. It's like Villanova might not have a great record this year, and they're working with a new coach.
It's still Nova, though.
Exactly. Yeah. It was ridiculous. Zach Fremantle being out's horrible. The refs were horrible tonight, but don't put the game in the refs' hands.
No, I can't.
You got to play better than that. But the refs were bad. But Zach Fremantle being out, who's their second leading point scorer, at power forward, mind you, is just –
so he has a great entrance and now a great exit. What happened? They were like, nope, it's the chop up time.
So we got Josh says, what's a movie that you love as a kid as you got older seems cringy as hell? For me, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Also, Blockbuster went broke putting the new release movie on the wall, on the whole wall.
Speaking of Blockbuster, you know there's one left open?
Seattle.
Yeah, isn't it like where's it at? Seattle?
Seattle or Wisconsin, some weird place, but they treat it's an Airbnb. You can go and stay the night there.
Nice. No, I believe it's in Seattle from what I heard.
Okay, yeah, probably Seattle then. But yeah, there's one left. It's an Airbnb, and you just go in, stay the night. You can watch videos, look through the movie selection.
For me, I got 3 movies, Josh. Hope ain't none of my boys watching this. 16 Candles.
Oh boy. Clip it. Blackmail material right there.
But the ones that made me cringy now, Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah, it's tough to watch.
Yeah, you can't get away with that now. You go to jail.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on, is my ceiling leaking again?
What is it's a wheels off show tonight.
I was making sure. I could have muted, but it just sounded funnier than just let everyone else know.
This random, my undercover favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't know if you're familiar with
That's
that.
actually a crazy movie. I like that movie because like they did a movie in like a comic book style. So like, really? Yeah. Like he's like instead of he's just trying to get this girl, but it treats him like he's a hero and he's on a hero's journey, like it's a quest, and he has bosses to beat, and the bosses are like all her exes. I think that's what that. If I believe that's how that movie went, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like and then every time that they go to fight over that, it's like they cut it into like a comic book with the comic book bubbles and colors and artwork. The movie's nuts, honestly.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
on the strength that you recommended it.
Yeah, definitely. Revenge of the Nerds.
Hey, Jake, what's your top 5 cult movies?
Man, I really don't know fully what defines a cult movie, but like a movie that was like under budgeted and brought up, it's still
Yep.
Dazed and Confused. I really don't. You hold it to such a high standard for me to where it's kind of hard to find more that I'll end up liking. So I mean, Dazed and Confused is probably my entire list. I've watched that movie over 100 times just because it's like I'm sitting bored on a Saturday. Let's watch Dazed and Confused just because. And then
Friday.
And then back when I was 18 and 19 and I wasn't with my wife and I was out being a freaking dummy, the Saturday night with the homies, you know what we're doing, watching the movie.
Yeah. So yeah, just to give you a list of like some that you can consider that my favorite movie is a cult classic, Pulp Fiction. So basically, like the main criteria is like it didn't do well in the theaters, but then blew the hell up later on. So the movies like that, Fight Club would be one. I saw one that I didn't see on either of our other lists. Kill Bill.
Yeah.
It
falls under that Tarantino.
Yeah, but again, it's the same. Like I said, that guy just whatever he touches is cult classic at this point.
My son's favorite part on Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
is when they're in it.
He said, "Did you see a sign?" You want to know why you didn't see that sign? Because there is no sign.
Josh, thing about Scott Pilgrim, I always feel bad watching that movie because it was a graphic book series, and I went to Borders Books, read it, and then put it on the shelf. Read the entire series, and then Borders closed, and I was like, "Damn!" I was part of the That's funny.
John, you're a damn fool, John. That's hilarious. He said, "Well, damn, I was part of the problem."
Jamie has watched the Horror Picture Show. That's funny, man.
That's hard to watch for me still.
Is it?
Yeah, it's cringy as hell.
I feel like it was made to be hard to watch. It's good, but it's like it's tough.
No, but at the same time, then Will, as you know, I'm the anime nerd. Yeah. I love One Piece, and they have a character based off of Frankenfurter. It's
yeah. That's hilarious.
But it happens like that sometimes.
I'm still laughing at Josh. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. That's great.
What do you think about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrel?
Yeah, it's definitely in that cult. Like, definitely. I wasn't a humongous fan, but it was good.
That was that Guy Ritchie? The director that?
I think so.
Yeah, 1998. It was him. He was a casting director.
Okay.
Snatch falls under there.
Snatch. Yeah, for sure. That movie couldn't have done good in theaters. I couldn't imagine. I don't even remember like it being released. Plus, that's like the that's what everyone says is like the prototype look now. Not now, but like for the longest time, everyone in Hollywood wanted to look like Brad Pitt looked in that movie.
Say, Little Dude, my top 5, Rocky IV, Lethal Weapon 3, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Kill Bill, Lionheart.
Okay, yeah. Those are all definitely culty.
Rocky IV?
Oh, Rocky, not as much, no. Well, that's tough. Yeah, by the time it got to 4, like everyone was watching those movies, right?
Yeah.
Or is 4 far enough that everyone stopped watching those movies, and then it can be a cult classic still.
I think 4 might be the best one in the franchise.
It's true, but I think people had like
they were tapped out by the end.
There was some fatigue going on for sure. Like it was like, all right, are we doing this still? Like,
is movies like RoboCop and what's the other one I was thinking of called? Shit, I just had it. Oh, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle to those.
Yeah, 100%. The cult classics.
Yeah,
100%. That also reminds me. Go ahead.
Throw those two in there for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a top 3, not a top 5. There, Days Confused.
Yeah, no, hey, look, man.
I'm sitting here just spinning the wheel like I got to come up with something here.
Hey, me and Coach already squeezed a bunch of juice out of this one. Like we an hour in on one topic, so don't worry about it.
Hell yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. That reminds me too. That means like the Cheech and Chong movies. Those are pretty good. Yeah, classic movies. All the Harold and Kumars were just. I like anything that they do. I like it's goofy, dumb shit.
I just hate that when I watch that movie, I instantly want to go to White Castles, and I know it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not a White Castle fan. that's a whole nother topic.
And I'm only going to touch on that one thing. Right. And I only got one thing to say about that. If you ever go to Florida, don't get crystals. It ain't the same.
Really?
Interesting.
It's miserable. It's like it's the knockoff brand. It's like you want to go and you get
really bad.
Man, you go and you want to get a Coke, but you get stuck with some off-brand cola from what's that one place called?
Just
Publix.
Publix cola.
Exactly. I mean, the only thing off-brand that I like, and it's not even off-brand in my consideration, is Grape Fago. That's my go-to.
It's Cinderella with brandy and cola. Yeah, for sure. There's no way that movie did good in theaters.
That means like Johnny Darko. We talked about that one earlier.
Yep.
That's my favorite actor right there.
Big Trouble, Little China.
What was the movie where the guy was going through withdrawals from heroin? He saw the baby
with the baby on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm mad that I don't know it, but
I was thinking it was around about the time when Guy Ritchie was hot.
Trainspotting.
There you go.
Trainspotting. Yeah.
That was weird for me, man.
I'm gonna come up with 5 before the end of this. So throw Joe Dirt in there too.
You said Joe Dirt?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love Joe Dirt, especially because I can look at her all day long. My God.
I laugh every time with the bloodhound on the porch.
My man's balls. My man grabbed a spatula. He was trying to help. He was trying to help money, man. He was really trying to help old boy. Like, you're talking to my boy all wrong. You do it again, I stab you in the face with a solder knife. Oh, that's another one for me. Is it 6 or 7? I always forget the number. 7 Psychopaths.
I haven't heard of that one.
Gotta watch that. First of all, you get some prime. I was just doing his impression. What's his name? That's terrible. My brain is it's not working today. Yeah, whatever. But like, you have to see that movie. It's hilarious.
I don't know if this is like. No, go ahead.
Christopher Walken was who I was thinking of. Christopher Walken. Yeah, it's like you get some prime Christopher Walken in that movie.
No, yeah,
but the cast is just so I can run it down right quick. Colin Farrell, Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken, and yeah, that's basically your leads for that movie.
What movie is that?
7 Psychopaths.
Okay.
Huh. Basically, the movie is about a writer, and he's writing. He had like writer's block for a little bit, and he's trying to write this script up, and he gets an idea to write a script about 7 different psychopaths, and he has a friend who's kind of nuts, and he basically his friend is helping him write it because he's like, I am a psychopath, so I'll help you write this one.
Makes sense.
Right. But like then they kind of go through like he just from there, I won't spoil anything else, but he kind of ends up around other psychopaths to try to help him write these stories. And then he gets himself in a spot. And
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah. I brought that up earlier. That's definitely a cult classic for sure.
Classic.
Absolutely.
Isn't Woody in that movie?
No, you're thinking of Kingpin.
Okay.
Yep. Another cult classic. I think you got your 5.
Yeah, no. You guys know I'm huge into bowling, and I bowled in the high school and everything. And any bowling movie I can get my hands on just to watch and like think it's hilarious, I'm going to do anytime. And those 2 movies are like high. And then I guess you could throw Clerks in there too. But I think that might be a little bit too much above to be a cult classic, to be honest. By now,
On the sci-fi side, I'll give you Chronicles and the number 4. Both of those are supposed to be sagas, and they never got the next movie because no one watched them. But Chronicle was like, I think that was the first big movie we saw Michael B. Jordan in.
Really?
Yeah, it was about these kids who found this rock or something in the tunnel, and it gave them powers. And the kid who played the Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movies that no one likes, the Andrew Garfield ones, even though I loved them, but he played Green Goblin in that. He was in that movie. He's the one who ended up like turning evil.
Okay.
But
yeah, we did milk this topic, but it was a good topic though. I think.
Yeah, we'll take it. It was fun. We had fun doing it, but I got another topic coming up. So, hey, chat, y'all can keep rambling on about whatever you like about the whatever movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take some notes on this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So keep producing those. It's a good informational tool for us moving forward.
Absolutely.
With that,
15, 20 minutes. Go ahead, Will. You got this, brother.
Hey, I'm on it, man. You told me to do it. I do it. But yeah, man, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back. We ain't going too far. You can't get rid of us. You've already tried. It hasn't worked. So we'll be back in 15, 20.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Gritty checking in. This Friday I'm live with STWF Media, man. Little interview coming soon with everybody. Y'all tune in, man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
Don DeMarco.
So we just looked at the some of our top cult movies. We looked at the big screen.
Yeah.
Now we got Will's topic tonight.
Yeah, which it can combine a big screen if you want, but it can be big screen, little screen, whatever it happened for you. But the next question is, or topic is, your top 3 or whatever number, don't matter, most powerful moments that you've seen, whether it was television, movies, or anime, on stage. I don't care where you saw it, but most powerful moments. And to give you an example, I'll give you 3 examples of powerful moments for me. I was telling Coach before we got on, the movie American History X. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but it's a very controversial, very racist and race-based movie. The movie's not racist itself, but it talks about racism. It's about the KKK and a member of the KKK or whatever. But there's a curb stomping scene that obviously we know this stuff happened and we know the atrocities that have happened before. But watching that on the screen like that put me in a mental, just like a fog for 2 weeks of just thinking, man, because to see it depicted and portrayed, even though it's a movie, to see it portrayed like that and the way that he went about it and acted it so well, it hit home. I'd say that'd be one of the big moments. Another big moment, powerful moment, Walking Dead. I believe it was season 2. Season 1 has its own things. It was short. Season 1 was short. It was only 6 episodes, so I'm not sure.
That's right.
I don't think they made it to the farm by the.
No, you're right.
So season 2, I believe. Early in that season, they lose Sophia. They lose what's her name's daughter, Sophia, and
was it Carol?
Yeah, Carol's daughter, and they're spending this whole season almost between whatever they are doing, looking for her, search parties, all type of stuff. And then at one point, the farm that they're on, the family is keeping all their zombies that they find. They're keeping them all in the barn. And Shane gets fed up with it, pops the lock on that barn in front of everybody, starts executing all the zombies that they believe, because the family believes that the people are still in them, that one day maybe they'll be able to cure it. Shane's like, we're not having that. Pops the lock, starts firing at everybody. They basically clear the whole barn, kill everyone. And then you hear that little, and slowly out of that barn walks Sophia.
Yeah.
That shit, like, in a show that had a ton of those moments, that one hit like a ton of bricks, because like you get lost in everything that happened. Shane bugging out, because Shane was having a mental breakdown the whole time, the whole season, basically. And like you think he's tripping, and he kind of is, but he's justified in that moment. And then also to keep up with the power of the moment, the minute Rick sees that, he realizes, yeah, I messed up because I left her behind, and he walks up and he's the one to put her down. But yeah,
her eyes were so beautiful though.
Yeah, they were. Even as a zombie, her eyes are still beautiful. Like, but yeah, that was a powerful moment. And then, what's my third powerful? Let me see. Well, it'd be a Naruto moment, but there's like 10 of them. Naruto kept hitting you in the head with powerful moments. But I think maybe the most powerful, or one of the most powerful ones, is Obito. If anybody's watched and knows, when Obito decides to take that last bullet and make sure Kakashi lives, then he goes off to be with Rin. Kakashi was ready to die in that moment, and he felt like he finally saved his friend after all those years of struggle. And last second, Obito transfers the bullet to him, takes that, and he dies instead. And yeah, it was just, he was like, yeah, Kakashi, you got to stay here. You got more to do here. I thought that was.
I'm watching that whole scene take place, and I know I'm waiting to hear that Kamui, and he's going to switch
Kamui,
spots. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, he dropped that Kamui real quick. He didn't even say it either. That's how they got you with the power of it too, because they were like, every other time they do it, he says it. And then in this moment, he was just like, he just started talking to Rin. He was like, Rin, I'm going to come to you now. He was like, Rin, how about we spend some alone time without Kakashi getting in the way? And he took that bullet, man. That was crazy.
The little dude says, I'll just name 3. The Sons of Anarchy, when Jack had to watch Obi die.
That Jack's moment was crazy.
New York Undercover, when Detective Torres dies in the car explosion.
Oof.
And Fresh Prince, when his father left
again. Yeah, you're going to have me broken up right here. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah,
pretty good ones there, little dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. Little dude brought it.
See, I got a couple of them. For me, I know we talked about earlier, when James Evans died on Good Times.
Yeah.
When Flo the whole time, she was keeping it all together, then she finally just broke down the damn scene.
Yeah.
Also for me, I don't know if you guys seen this before. When I was growing up, it's kind of about the time when, kids being abducted was starting to come a thing, like in the early 80s. Different Strokes, when the guys went to the bike shop and the guy had Dudley taking the pictures in the back and giving them wine and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I remember, my mom's making us watch that, and after we had a discussion about it and things of that nature.
You had a good mom, man. She figured, like, she did the work. She was like, I'm gonna show them this and I'm gonna explain it and then keep my kids saying, hey, I respect that. That's crazy.
And this one is powerful, probably more. Well, one of them, it was just powerful, just from a cinematography standpoint, a cinematic standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
The D-Day scene from Saving Private Ryan, when the tailgate drops down, and all of a sudden the bullets start flying. Man, that is probably one of the most intense scenes I've ever watched.
Now, see, when I first saw that, I don't know, I was in a weird mindset. And for somehow I let it catch me off guard. But for me, all those movies, all that whole movie was crazy. Also the scene where he listens as the dude just punches the knife into him. That's crazy. But what killed me is that after this whole struggle, and then that tank rolls in, and Tom Hanks is sitting there just banging off at the tank like it's gonna work, and then all of a sudden it explodes because America came through with some, like, they started bombing on him, and I'm like, yeah, word, and then you find out he dies, and I was just like, yo, what? I was balled up, man. I was in the fetal position, but yeah, man, that movie just some movies can do it to you more than once in a single movie, and that's how you know. That's how you know those are the greats. Those are the greats.
What do you think about the Joker scene when he brings out the criminals in the into the I guess like pool hall or something?
The pencil trick is unbelievable.
Yeah,
he was like, I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
That happened so quick. No, I didn't get to see that movie in theaters. I watched it at home. Actually, I remember I had an iPod Touch and I bought the thing for $15 and had it on my iPod. Took up the whole memory on the thing. I ended up having to delete it.
Yeah.
But I watched it. It happened so quick. Boom, just like that. I'm like, rewind.
Oh, I've watched that single scene like 50 times. Like, it's crazy. Like, just unbelievable. It was just a great, and I don't know if that was written or whatever, but like, and then as he goes to leave, and he pulls the cord out of his coat because he has all the grenades. Like, this dude's out of his goddamn mind.
You know, and to be honest with you, that's Heath Ledger in his element.
Yeah,
any role that he plays, he can do so many different things with what he was given. I mean, he was a completely different character in Knight's Tale. Same thing in The Patriot.
Yeah.
Same thing in The Dark Knight. I mean, anything you give this guy, he can play a guy from the 1600s, the 1800s, a crazy serial, whatever you want to call Joker, because he's a bunch of things. He's insane.
What he needed to play is the guy stopped doing drugs. Unfortunately, we lost a great one there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a powerful moment too. Like, let me think of other powerful moments.
What about the rain scene from Shawshank Redemption? When he comes out, when he escapes.
Oh, well, for me, the moment is when the fucking warden is losing his shit and he throws the piece and it hits the poster. And then he hears it goes clink, 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 clink. and he realizes what the fuck happened. He realizes my man got out of Dodge. And like, but obviously the rain scene, because he crawled out of a shit drain and he's free. He's on the other side. He's on the other side. Yo, when Family Guy did that, when Family Guy like mocked that Shawshank Redemption, and he was like, and he crawled through whatever mile of shitty tunnels, and he was like, why he chose Enchilada Night, I'll never know.
Man, the more you guys keep talking, the more powerful moments I keep coming up with. It was
drop these. Let's go.
No, this is insane. I'm gonna hold the one for a little bit because it'll hit home with you, Will. I think because you're a Red Sox fan, but just going off of what you guys are talking about, The Last Samurai, the ending scene after the battle when he walks into the Emperor's hall, and he drops down the sword, and I mean that whole thing, and you watch it, that's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
What's this one? You guys seen Hacksaw Ridge?
Oh, I did not see Hacksaw Ridge.
I think I have.
Hacksaw Ridge is based off a true story. It's on Hulu if you want to see it. It's about what's he called? A conscientious objector, the first one in the army, and pretty much meaning he's allowed to not use a firearm or learn how to use a firearm while being in the army. He wants to be a medic.
Oh wow!
They were in the middle of a battle on Hacksaw Ridge, and you had to climb up this massive cliff and then go fight on it and go do the regular war thing, which is sad. And then they pretty much it went on for days and days, and he carried I don't know how many men it was, but it was like it says it was like 100 men off the ridge, and then was able to rope them down into a medical area for them to be able to take back. And he didn't just take Americans; he took the Japanese too. They were already dead, but he took them and went them down. He was just a regular, just good old dude. I mean, the movie's tough. It really is tough to watch, but
Absolutely.
it's a really cool scene at the end there.
What's the name of that again?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
Who doesn't like the classic Remember the Titans? Strong side.
I was
left
gonna
side.
say, yeah, strong side. I was gonna say that too, but that one seemed almost too obvious. But yeah, that's a great one. It's a great one.
Classic. I gotta go to the anime. Go ahead.
You watching what makes us now. Like you watching the walls break down between races, and like they're just family at that point. We a football team. We brothers.
100%. I'm gonna go the anime route.
Yes.
Luffy versus Katakuri. There's a moment where Katakuri's younger sister shoots Luffy while he's trying to learn armament hockey, or it might have been the other type of hockey that he was trying to learn, and pretty much wound him right in the side. Katakuri caught on, went over, and the sister was thinking that she was going to get praised. Katakuri looked at her, yelled, "What are you doing?" Grabbed his trident and stabbed himself right in the ribs and said, "I'm going to be even with him. We are going to fight even."
Right, yeah.
And then that went on to his backstory about him getting made fun of because of how his mouth looked and him sticking up for his little sister. Not the same little sister, it was a different little sister.
Right.
And sticking up, and he was the all powerful brother. He was never gonna, he never laid on his back. You could never see him do this. It was Katakuri is one of my favorite villains in the entire anime. And my fifth one, and then you guys can carry on so I can stop taking the time.
No, you're good. It's part of it.
The day Hall of Famer Jim Rice saved a little boy's life.
I saw the story live. Yeah.
I wasn't alive, but I heard about it, read about it.
I didn't see it live, but I when they did the documentary, I was working there when they did the documentary.
Yes, it was.
I met the kid.
Really?
Bro, really?
As an adult, he's an adult now. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I made sure I had that pulled up ready to go. I'm like, this is number one for me for sure.
There you go. That's classic.
I was honestly gonna go. I was trying to figure out something real, and I'm like, I just don't want to go for a highlight moment like Joe Carter's home run in the 1994 World Series. I didn't want to go with that, but I thought I instantly remembered this photo in particular. There's only two baseball moments that I can really think of, and this is one of them. The other one is I don't remember the player, but someone was trying to light an American flag on fire on the field, and he ran by. There's a bobblehead made of it. He went and grabbed the flag, and he's running with it. It's a really cool scene. Was it a Cubs player?
I believe so.
Yeah, but Jim Rice saving the child's life, the little boy's life. He got struck by a pitch in the stands. I thought it was a girl at first, but this says little boy's life.
No, it was a boy. It was a boy.
And everything stopped. He ran during a time where, the 80s racial things weren't getting any better either. Then. We're still dealing with it now to this day. And stopped everything and grabbed this child and made sure he got first aid. That's just that's incredible.
I can give you some backstory to it, having worked there. What's crazy is, do you know why he ran in the stands?
No.
Not just because actually no one else saw it. So he hit the ball so hard and it happened so fast that no one had actually saw what the ball hit. He did. He was the only one to really see it. The kid's father didn't even know.
Oh,
because
wow.
The kid's here, the play's happening over there, and the ball comes in, the father just like jerks back and hits his kid, and everyone's just looking around like looking for the ball or whatever, like you're looking for the ball or whatever, and no one's watching the kid. Jim Rice followed his ball. He saw exactly what happened. The minute it hit, he took off, hopped into the stands, didn't wait to talk to anybody, didn't have anybody explain it, scooped the kid and ran down into the tunnel, because actually where the kid got hit, right in the tunnel that he's at, like it's either that tunnel or the next tunnel over is the tunnel that leads to first aid. Ran him in there immediately and saved his life because he needed every single second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Split second decision.
Like just immediately was like, holy shit, I just buried a kid. It's time to go. Like I gotta go save this kid. No one else even knows what's happening right now. And to his credit, like I know how it works. I know how it would work now. If someone got hit now when I work at Fenway, we'd make the call on the radio. And even with the call made, the reaction time wouldn't be like that. And they didn't even have radios, I don't think, back then.
And I feel like it should have been. There's a lot of people that complain about this. I'm personally okay with this because I think you're saving a lot of people from getting injured because I think it needs to happen in hockey as well.
The nets, yes.
Yes, the nets at the baseball games have needed to happen for years.
You'll be okay. Half of you are hammered anyway. You can't fucking, doesn't matter. That's not going to bother you.
Especially on the third baseline.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Both baseline. Just put it net up. But you're right, because third base is more righty, so I get that. But like, yeah, put the goddamn nets up. Like, cut it out. Another baseball moment that I would pick is this is our fucking city. After which is what Ortiz said publicly live on television after the marathon bombings. Yeah, so that was when I say like you heard the place explode when he said it, like that whole I've been there for some of the biggest moments in Red Sox history after their stadium has been as big as it can get now, and that shook the room more than any of the actual. Actually, maybe the only thing that shook the room more was his actual home run, the one where the cop throws his hands up in the background. That's probably the only other thing that shook that building like that. Yeah, man, it's some powerful moments in television and just in real life too. What else we got? Oh, someone was saying something about Get Out. That's hilarious. Yeah, Get Out there's some powerful moments in Get Out.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Little dude.
Oh yeah, Apollo Creed dying was crazy.
Avengers Endgame when Tony Stark died. That one choked me up.
Yeah. Because he gave everything. He gave it all. Like, but honestly, that movie had like 3 moments. Like when Cap catches the hammer.
Yeah.
Just like I was just like, that was one where like I teared up out of it and like exhilaration. Like there was so much energy in my body from that moment that I just started like tearing up, like because you can't scream out. You're in a movie theater, even though everybody in the movie theater was like, yeah.
Says who?
It's true, but
I'm yelling at the dude. I went to go see the new Dragon Ball Z movie, and I'm freaking the hell out. And that entire time, I'm throwing my own fist. Another part of that Avengers movie, though, by the way, is when all 3 of them walk up on Thanos. You got Stank, you got Captain America and Thor sitting there.
Yeah.
The part that gets me every time that I'm just like, oh, I'm getting pumped. Thor just both hands up.
He just
boom,
like, yeah,
boom.
good. Honestly,
insane.
my favorite part of both of those, like almost any of those movies. So everyone was waiting for the entirety of this whole world. Everyone's been waiting to hear Cap say Avengers Assemble. But my favorite part of all those movies is right after he says it finally, Thor just goes nuts and screams like just and like it was a perfectly timed scream and like a war cry from the exact guy you expected from. I actually like the scream way better than Cap saying Avengers Assemble. I thought that shit was just perfectly timed and a great choice by Hemsworth. What else we got? Kobe's memorial. Oh,
what you said, it's like that was that speech that MJ gave was finally the way my like giving away of me thinking MJ is just nothing but a douche. I respect this play. I think he's the greatest of all time, but I think he's a complete douche. When I heard him talk at that memorial, I'm like, all right,
even
he had 95% of it.
He kept falling back to calling him annoying because he couldn't think of another word because he was so choked up. But he just kept calling him his annoying little brother. And at first it bothered me, and then I realized it stopped bothering me because I realized he kept doing that because he couldn't come up with something else in the moment. He was so distraught. But he was just like, he would call me all the time at night and ask me so many questions. And we lost a great one. That was definitely a crazy moment. Shaq talking about him too. Pau Gasol talking about him.
It's rough for Shaq because when you see a big dude like that start to break down, that's when you're like, damn it, now I'm about to lose it. Like
that is a monstrous human being who also cannot hold his own right now. So we also got choked up, crunk when all of the women in the MCU got together. I like that moment too, but it just felt like they forced, like it was a forced issue. Like they kind of like it's the girl power moment. Like you guys didn't have to do it. Also, I don't know how much sense it made because it was just like I guarantee you, she didn't need y'all help. Like she just went
Scarlet
toe to
Witch?
toe.
Nah, she didn't.
Not. It wasn't even just Scarlet. Scarlet Witch didn't need help either, but it wasn't Scarlet. It was Captain Marvel, who needed even less help. She just went toe to toe with that man. She don't need help getting through a bunch of his little goons. But
No, she just needed. No, she was there to save Spider-Man.
yeah, but then she was also supposed to be bringing it to the. She's supposed to bring it to the other teleporter, but they never got over there. So it was a whole thing. Everybody tried to clear a path. It was wild. That movie's crazy. A lot of people like the Infinity War better though.
I did. I was one of them.
Yeah. Were you, Coach?
There's
Infinity War over Endgame?
I cannot confirm nor deny if I shared it.
He said, I plead the fifth.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot going on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I will say another moment that I really did like was Thor Ragnarok when that Led Zeppelin song hit and he's jumping down to the bridge about to.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I love it.
They kept bringing it back for all the best moments. That movie's one of the best of the entire series.
I think the thing that disappointed the hell out of me, though, is that, Thor Love and Thunder, it's not as bad as people say it is. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it too.
I liked it too.
But
as good as
they should have kept the Led Zeppelin train or moved to something else that was not Guns N' Roses. I have nothing against Guns N' Roses. That's not metal. That's hair. Hair. It's not metal. Come on.
That one though, that right there, when Darby died in Harry Potter, my God! If you're not a Harry Potter fan, I get it, but man, when Darby dies, that is reckless.
I'm glad you said that name, by the way. Will, have you watched the new My Hero Academia yet?
I haven't.
I'm not gonna say this one, man.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated, sir. Do not.
I was about to pop off on this one, but as soon as you watch,
You're gonna be about
7-8 episodes in when you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got you.
What about when the little girl in the red coat on Schindler's List?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's like super heavy too. Like, I mean, I say that having started off with curb stomping, but like, that was like, that was still heavy.
And this one's underrated, but I still think it's probably one of his better scenes. Samuel in Pulp Fiction when he's quoting the scripture.
Yeah, that's a great moment. And then also the guy comes out and shoots and misses everything. But yeah, that was definitely a powerful moment.
Are we gonna miss like a really good one here though? I thought one of you two would have said this from a prior conversation.
Possibly.
Darth Vader throwing Sidious over the rail.
Yeah, when he finally realizes that he needs to save his son, no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Definitely crazy. Then I was just thinking of one too, and then my brain just went into Star Wars, and now I don't remember nothing.
I'm sorry.
No, you.
Jake comes in tonight and he vapes on camera, and then he really goes straight thought. I'm about to get strike 3.
To be fair, we were already riding on rims tonight. Like it was one of those nights.
Hey, I wasn't even supposed to come on tonight. This was therapeutic for me. I needed this. I think I needed to come on. There's been anyone that doesn't know, I've had a really rough week and a half going on here. Week and a half, finding out some different things. Try to go to some sporting events to make myself feel better. About the only thing making me feel better is hanging out with my wife and kids so far. So anyone that's reached out, thank you. And I really needed this, I think, coming in here and laughing. I mean, we start out great, just coming in. Oh, shit.
You came in hot.
Really?
No, this come in hot.
Literally.
He came in smoking.
Came in with his own effect and everything. Like, remember, it's funny because I started off with my own sound effects. Now he got his own visual effects. Like he came in with the smoke. It's wild.
Yeah, you're right. Next time I'll just blow it right at the camera.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up?
Exactly. That's how you gotta do it. Yeah, the whole first 20 minutes of Wakanda Forever is heartbreaking. Yeah, it's basically they just did
It's on Disney now.
Yeah, it's just like on camera funeral, basically. Like
they addressed it right off the bat.
They had to, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you're gonna deal with that, but yeah. Oh, powerful moment. I don't know if this is like a niche one though. Bridge of Terabithia.
What?
A Bridge of Terabithia?
What's that?
Yeah, it's a man. I don't even know how to explain this movie.
How do you not know this one, Coach? How do you not know?
So this movie is like, it's like this kid moves to the he played the birds. This kid moves to a new town. He didn't want to move. His family moves, brand new town. He has no friends here. He's not doing well making friends at all at school. He's not making friends, but he has this one little neighbor girl who, like, for some reason, her parents are miserable, or like, I don't know, they're just bad parents because she's always out just running around doing whatever she wants. Like,
right.
And he's more guarded than what. But then again, his parents end up dropping the ball too and letting him just go off. Anyway, long story short, they build like this imaginary world. Like, she expands his mind. Like, she gets him to really imagine things, and because of that, like, it really brings him out of his shell. Like, he becomes more sociable. He like is looking forward to going to school, but then he looks forward to coming home because then he can go chill with his friend, his little friend or whatever, and they go off and they create this imaginary world. Now, when they do the imaginary world, they actually bring you to like this like mythical, magical place, but they're not actually ever there. It's just their imaginary world. And like, he's looking, it's amazing. It's just like everything is going great for him. And then he comes home one day from school, I'm pretty sure, or like vacation or something like that. And spoiler alert, she went off one day when he wasn't around and played in the same mythical world that they created. And she crossed over this like they had built like a little wooden, a little wooden bridge over a creek with just a log, and it broke and she fell in and she died. And like when you find out she died, like it just, it just blows you away. Like that's,
man, when I watch this, it's crazy that you bring that up because my grandmother told me to see that with my cousin.
Yeah. I got you, Bryce. I got you, Anthony.
We're sitting there and we're watching it, and I'm, at this point, I don't know, 8 years old. It hit me as an 8-year-old. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I shouldn't even know what feelings are right now, and I'm tearing up for this movie. It was when she made you feel some type of way when you were leaving that. I was like, damn, this is supposed to be a good movie. I'm depressed.
That was the other thing. I was like, I was supposed to be in bed, but I couldn't sleep, so I happened to have it on and I was watching it. And I'm like, oh, this is like a fun movie. Like, it ended horribly. Like,
I think the only saving grace is that I believe that he took his sister there.
Yeah, like later on,
his sister the world.
Yeah, later on he has a sister, and then he kind of like does the same world with her. But like, geez, that shit ain't hard. And Jamie, again, we are kindred spirits. I cannot stand Josh Hutcherson. I cannot stand him. I don't know why his face. I just want to punch it. That being said, Z for Zathura was another one of those type of movies. I don't know if it had a
Bridge of Terabithia was a lot better than Narnia.
Oh, far better than Narnia. It's also horrible, but also Narnia. From what I found out, Narnia wasn't done well. They poured a lot of money into it, but they said Narnia wasn't done well. That's why they never did them all. They're supposed to be more movies. If you really want to see how that story is supposed to be told, HBO's His Dark Materials. That's actually the Narnia story, but it's done way better.
Nice. Yeah, I will say because of that, we had to watch that in 5th grade. We read the book, and then the teacher wanted us to watch the movie, and then we were supposed to do whatever with it. The only thing that movie ever did for me was make me want to go out and try Turkish Delight. Other than that, it didn't do shit for me.
It did Turkish Delight real well in the market for them. Yeah, love that movie though. All the Mockingjay movies. Yep, my girl was heartbreaking. Yep. Man, we're gonna sign off, and I'm gonna think of like 30 more, but
right.
But who got shout outs tonight?
Yeah, who got shot? Man, I got shout outs to. You know what? Today I got hurt my arm, pat my own back, and yours, Coach. And yours, Jake. This was a great show. And I know we're gonna talk about it backstage, but this show, I want to talk about it in front of everybody. we crushed this one. This was fun. This was I knew we would get something out of it, but I didn't think we'd get an hour and 45 minutes out of this. So. And
hey,
because
kind of our thing, man.
Yeah. And because of you guys, man, you guys joining up and coming with all your great, man, I'm gonna keep this list, man. This was nothing but hits on this list.
It is.
Right.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be
just because of this, I'm gonna go watch this tonight. Just because I'm gonna go
right.
I pulled it out for a reason.
And little dude was here from the jump, still here. Appreciate you. Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody who joined today. Y'all were amazing. Appreciate you, fellas, as usual. Respect to the brand all day, man. I'm loving being involved.
For sure. Yeah, that way. Shout out to you guys for real, because it's definitely helped me get out of my funk that I've been in. I mean, the best part about this group is that we can talk about a rubber band.
Yeah,
and people think that it's only a 5-minute conversation, but somehow we always make it 35 to 45 minutes. Just how it is with us.
You missed the layup there. We gonna talk about a rubber band, and somehow we always make it stretch.
No, you finished it for me.
The layup.
There we go. Something Xavier could have done to win the night anyway. No shout out to them.
Oh man.
But I love it.
We got to keep you out of live games of your teams. They're not winning.
I think that's the thing. I need to just stay away. I mean, it's only been the last 2 games, because the last time I went to the Xavier game, they beat West Virginia. I think I'm on a cold streak right now. But we'll see what happens, because I'm not going to anything else until August 18th to see the Blue Jays play the Reds. Anyway, let's wrap up this shout out. Thank you again. You guys are helping me get out of my funk, because I went to that game tonight thinking that was going to help soothe a couple of things, and it did. I got to hang out with my dad and my wife, and I'm like, all right, time to get home. I saw you guys were live. I was like, oh, dude, the chop up, it's only been on for 30 minutes. I'm going to say, hey. That's it. I got to get on with them. I got to go say hi. It's been a minute. I got to. But thank you guys for real. And, Two, I know we got to do it a little bit yesterday, but I miss you too.
Got to get on in here, too. Nah, Took had in his words, some bullshit. let that man, he'll figure it out. He'll get back. He always does. He's the legend.
Always.
Hey, shout out to you fellows, man. Shout out to Marie, little dude, Josh. Jake is here now.
Jake.
Anthony, Jamie, Dale, appreciate you, man. Jake, shout out to you and your family, man. I consider y'all extended family. You know, prayers to you all. Shout out to Will, man. You nailed it once again. You have helped enlighten my knowledge of movies and TV in general.
We're gonna keep learning from each other, man. That's the beauty of this.
Absolutely. But again, shout out to you all, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Continue to help make this thing grow, man. We got some interviews coming up in the next 2 weeks. We got we got a Christian rapper, we got a rapper, and we got a published author. All 3 great friends of mine. So hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. But other than that, thank you all very much. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Number Basketball Show. We're getting closer to the tourney. Tourney time is almost here.
That's when we all go crazy with the madness.
Tune in. It's coming. I'll be here before you know it. But appreciate
best time of the year's coming. March Madness.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great night. Until next time. Peace.